Okay, so I drove through Chester, PA, and this is a city with a population around 32,000, and it's been declining since the 1950s when it peaked at 66,000. So they're at about half what they were back in the 1950s. So within 75 years, their population dropped in half. The population is 72% black, 10% Hispanic, and 15% white. The average age is 32, with 18% of the adults being seniors. 37% of the residents are homeowners, and that's on the low side. 48% of the adults graduated high school. 48% of the adults. That's very low. Usually it's at least up closer to 80 or in the 70s for sure. So 48% is really bad. The average earnings are around $31,000 a year, which is about average, and 28% live in poverty, which is really high. But that would explain it that if only half of the adults have graduated high school, I'm actually surprised the poverty rate is as low as 28%. Their marriage rate is also extremely low at 17.7%. That's real. I mean, nobody's getting married there. And basically, if 18% of the adults are seniors, the 17.7% marriage rate is probably mostly just the seniors are the only ones that are married there. So the older people are married, but the younger ones are not. 85% of the people were born in Chester, which for the cities like this that have high crime, it's very common that a majority of the people that live there were born there, and they just kind of get stuck there. And the homicides going back to 2007 have been as low as 14 a year, and the city set a record of 30 in 2014 when their murder rate was 88.1. And you're talking, that's of the highest in the country at that point. You're way up there. And Chester High School gets a great schools rating of 2 out of 10 with a 43% graduation rate. Thus the reason only 48% of the adults have graduated. The school does not graduate even half of the students. Less than 1% are at grade level for math, and 10% are proficient at reading. But all reports are saying that this city is getting better and that crime is dropping. But only time will tell, because if you look at statistically, it doesn't appear to be that, but the city is telling you that. And if you're only graduating less than half of the students, and none of the 10% can read and less than 1% can do math, there's no future for any of these kids. So the city might be telling you that the crime's getting better, but it's not. The population is declining, and at some point the only people left living there are going to be the ones that are on welfare of some sort, and the people that just can't get themselves out of there no matter how hard they try. Because if your schools are that bad, you're not producing anybody that's going to go anywhere in life. I'm going to let the rest of this video play out. Enjoy Chester, Pennsylvania.